I'm not an audiophile, but I do have a rather large collection of them. And whereas I've always appreciated good audio quality, I've never really been one to go out of my way to pursue audio in video games specifically. That is until I got this, the Kimura Duo from Antlion, who are the creators of the now famous Mod Mic. It's a set of IEMs paired with their newer Kimura microphone. The headset itself looks very smart, with a clear resin construction that lets you see the dynamic driver and balanced armature inside. The Duo comes in this nice clean blue color, which is very smart, and the Antlion logo itself kind of reminds me of something. Anyway, the headset is made with these stiff wires that let you shape and position the fit around your ear to your liking. The cable itself is very long, and there's a selection of buds, a carrying case, and a 3.5mm Y splitter, which I seem to have misplaced, included in the box. And to be perfectly honest, when I first received this headset, my first question was, what the heck is an IEM? Well, it turns out that IEM stands for in-ear monitor, which I think is just a fancy word for a set of fancy Apple AirPods. Okay, don't click away, that was just a joke. But generally the difference between IEMs and what you may know as earbuds is IEMs sit further in the ear, actually in the ear canal, rather than on the outside. They are also typically used by people in more professional applications, such as musicians, reporters, and of course hardcore esports gamer types like myself. I learned a lot on this topic via the link that I've put on screen and in the description, so feel free to read that article if you want to learn more on that particular topic. In my actual real-world use, the nature of IEMs actually has a few implications for using them. First of all, the fit of the bud is incredibly important. It actually needs to form a completely airtight seal in order for them to sound even remotely good. When I first picked these up and put them on right out of the box, I couldn't figure out why it sounded so bad, until I learned just how important the fit was. I tried all three bud sizes and found that the smallest one was just right for me. And believe me when I say that a correct fit takes the audio quality from a 1 to a 1000, and that's not an exaggeration. Also, they do really make a completely airtight seal in your ear, which cuts out almost all outside noise. This means that if you have a wife who is prone to pranking, you may not be able to hear her sneaking up on you when you have these in. And then finally, with the above 2 points, there is a degree of separation from the real world while you wear these IEMs. It is immersive, even when compared to over-the-ear monitors or even just normal earbuds. Anyway, back to the Duo itself. When it's correctly seated, the quality of the audio is incredibly good. It is incredibly immersive, again thanks to that airtight ear seal, and honestly feels like central or stereo audio is in the middle of your head. More than that though, the spatial performance of this headset is absolutely phenomenal. I actually sat on YouTube for a long time, listening to surround sound, spatial, Dolby and 8D audio just to enjoy the effect on the Duo. It's actually addictive to listen to an extent. And even when compared to my normal set of over-the-ear headphones, which I forget the name of, I'll put it on screen though, you can really feel audio flying over your head, going underneath you, left to right. It's a really amazing experience. The sound profile itself, to my perception, is very balanced, with a very crisp overall sound. There's not an overwhelming level of bass or treble in either direction. And I'm not really great at describing this, but I would describe the overall sound as very natural. And the more realistic audio you're listening to, the better the Duo performs. Anyway, here's a couple of specific ways that I've used the Duos that have really stuck out to me. Voice calls. In fact, this boring yet essential use case is one of the most apparent strengths of the Duo in my opinion. Human voices sound incredibly crisp and true to life, which is just a very pleasant thing that I hadn't really thought about before. This also extends to movies with a lot of dialogue. It sounds great, especially when that dialogue is spatial. Next is Skyrim. Skyrim's spatial audio design is fantastic and only enhanced further with the Duo. And there's really nothing quite like hearing footsteps off in the distance echoing down a stony hallway, or the grass crunching beneath your feet as you're walking around the open world. Also, because most of the sound in Skyrim is very natural, the crisp, frosty profile of the Duos just work really well with it. Next is Combat Master and Call of Duty Mobile. I've been playing these games, especially Combat Master, a bit more recently, and the spatial audio performance of the Duo works really well for hearing what's around you. It's a real advantage to be able to pinpoint exactly where an enemy or where the gunfire is coming from, and the directional audio again on this headset is absolutely amazing. It means the difference between spinning around everywhere randomly in a random direction to find the source of a noise, versus just being able to turn a specific amount in a specific direction because you know exactly where the noise came from. I have to say that the treble on these IEMs is very punchy, and automatic gunfire can be downright terrifying when you're in the middle of the game. It sounds so incredibly immersive. Also, I should mention that while I've been playing Combat Master in Call of Duty Mobile, I've been doing so on my AYN Odin 2. And I'm happy to say that this headset works perfectly with the Odin 2 and other Android handhelds, either using the 3.5mm splitter or a USB DAC, which we'll get to in a little bit. Now there are some downsides to the Duo as well, and the first one is kind of time limited, and that is that there is a definite break-in period with these IEMs, meaning that their true sound quality or potential is not there right out of the box. And I spent quite a while tinkering around just for some better audio. And then finally I left them overnight on a 10-hour break-in video on YouTube, and after that the audio quality was substantially and noticeably improved. So just bear that in mind if you want to pick these up. It was something that I was quite surprised that I might need to do, which I guess shows how green I am when it comes to audio quality. In addition, the device that you're playing this on makes a big difference with quality. For example, if the device you're using doesn't have a good sound card, you're probably going to struggle to get really good audio out of these IEMs. I struggled a lot with my aging PC, which has no sound card and an old bunked motherboard, and I just couldn't get it sounding quite right. And in the end I actually purchased Antlion's USB sound card myself, just hoping in a million years that it might actually work. And it definitely did. I don't know much about the tech that's in this little thing, but it was very cheap and it genuinely made a massive difference to the audio quality I got from the Duo. With these 2 points, I'm just saying that this is kind of serious audio equipment. Yeah, I know it doesn't cost $1,000, but just that you might need to put a little bit of effort in to get the best possible audio quality out. The final drawback with the Duo is listening to music in particular, because the audio just sounds a little bit flat, even for poppy in-game audio like in Sonic. The quality itself is good and it sounds really crisp and clear, but it just seems there isn't as much range as I might expect. You can definitely make a big difference with this using an EQ, but I think these IEMs are definitely more suited to realistic game audio and voice rather than music. Oh, I suppose I should talk about the microphone, because that's actually Antlion's main focus here. For this type of headset mic, the quality is really good. Voice comes through crisp and clear without any noticeable distortion. However, it does pick up quite a lot of background noise, although the USB DAC that I mentioned earlier helps a lot with that. There's also a little bit of cable noise that it picks up too, but there's a clip that you can clip onto your shirt to prevent that from happening. I don't use a mic like this often, and when I do it's for work and family chats, and everybody that I've asked said that it sounded really good. For me in particular, you might have noticed I have quite a heavy lisp, and that is something that gets picked up really heavily on this microphone. Just something I've noticed. For your reference, here's an unedited audio clip using the Kimura Duo mic. Also, this entire video was made using the mic as well, albeit with my usual editing. Bear in mind that this is using the USB DAC accessory too. All in all, I really like the Kimura Duo. It's no doubt a massive upgrade compared to my usual first headphones I can find audio experience. For gaming in particular, the spatial audio and surround sound effect work tremendously well, especially for real life type audio, and for punchy explosive gunfire too. I'm really happy to have had the opportunity to test out this incredibly immersive audio experience, because I genuinely do think it enhances the gaming experience and that of movies, voice chat, and you know, the 8D spatial audio YouTube rabbit hole. And my only real reservation with the Duo is the flatter profile when it comes to music. It's just not the best in the world for music listening, but it's not supposed to be used for that really anyway. And the crisp, natural sound of in-game audio really makes up for that 100 times over. I want to say a huge thank you to Antlion for sending me this headset to review, and as always they haven't had any influence over the content of the video, nor have they seen it before it's gone live. And you know, I should also thank them for their patience because I took ages on this video. If you're interested in the Kimura Duo, please go ahead and check the description box below for links to their website and some Amazon listings too. I definitely think it's worth picking up if you play games that rely heavily on spatial audio. And it's especially great that it seems to work perfectly on retro handhelds as well. Let me know what you think about this headset in the comment box below, and if you're planning to pick one up to enhance your audio experience. Or of course, just let me know what your favorite headset, earphones or IEMs are as well. If you like this video, please go ahead and leave a like on it. Subscribe to RetroBreeze for more engaging content on gaming, tech and more, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.